What if I told you the quietest person in the room might be the one winning the biggest game and no one even notices? In a small town called Maple Hill, there lived a boy named Ethan. He wasn't loud, he wasn't flashy, and he didn't try to impress anyone. In fact, most kids at school thought Ethan was just the quiet kid who liked puzzles. But what they didn't know was Ethan was a genius. Every Friday, the school principal, Mr. Reynolds, would host a fun quiz in the auditorium. He'd call up students, ask tricky questions, and give away gift cards to the winners. Everyone loved it. One Friday, Mr. Reynolds invited Ethan on stage. The crowd giggled. No one expected much from him. Mr. Reynolds held up two envelopes and said, Ethan, one of these has a $50 gift card, the other one has a $5 one. Pick the one you think is worth more. Ethan looked at both envelopes and chose the $5 one. The crowd burst into laughter. He picked the $5 one. Wow, someone said. Mr. Reynolds smiled and gave Ethan the envelope. Thanks for playing, he said, trying not to laugh. But here's the twist. Ethan kept getting picked, week after week. He'd go up on stage, and every time he chose the smaller prize. The crowd laughed every single time, and every time Ethan just smiled and sat back down. One day, Ethan's best friend Mia finally asked, why do you always pick the smaller prize? You're smart. You know $50 is more than $5. Ethan shrugged and opened his backpack. Inside was a stack of $25 gift cards. Think about it, he said. If I pick the big prize once, the game's over. I'll never get called on stage again. But as long as they think it's funny, they'll keep giving me gift cards every week. They're laughing, and I'm earning. Mia's eyes widened. That's actually brilliant. Ethan smiled. Sometimes it's better to look average and keep winning than to show off and win only once. Hey, let me leave you with this. Don't just listen to Ethan's story. Try this yourself. Ask yourself, where in your life are you trying too hard to look successful instead of quietly stacking real wins? You don't need to impress anyone. You don't need to be the loudest in the room. Instead, focus on the long game. Build habits. Be patient and let your results, not your words, speak for you. This week, find one area where you can play smarter, not louder. Start small, maybe it's saving money quietly, learning skill without bragging, or helping someone without expecting credit. Do it consistently and watch how the fast, quiet wins add up. Now your turn. Drop a comment. What's one small quiet win you can start working on today? And if the story gave you something to think about, share it with someone who needs this reminder. Because in the end, quiet success, that's not just smart, it's unstoppable.